We are privileged to have a speech by Nana Addai Gyamera. Now, my English teacher, please, with all due respect, let's hold the speaker for him to welcome him. He's my English teacher for now, so Daddy, please come here. Let's all present. Please, let's be on our feet. And a bigger round of applause, please.
Good morning again, everybody. My name is Nana Addai Gyamera. I've been the chief of PAs for the last less than I happen to be the chief of this cultural and historic town. This is a very cultural town. This is a very historic town. For what reason do I say that? Asanteman was actually formed right here in this town. There's a war that actually happened in 1701 that actually made Asanteman what it is today. The battle was started way before the years, but it actually ended here. It ended right in front of the JHS school from which we will come. The palace is right across the street from that JHS school. So the whole block actually has been designated as a cultural town of the whole district. So it's very, very important that if you actually go to school here or you pass through the town here, you stop. And with reverence, you pay homage to the town. There's actually a tree in the middle of the road. Everybody is thinking about why the road is being paved and the tree still sits. It has a big history. We're not going to discuss it here. Come to the palace and I'll try and give you lessons that you need. I'm here today as a guest of the very highest honor because I was invited by the DTL group. And I'm very, very excited to be opening this maiden program of the DTL Brain Quiz competition between the three schools that have been made. I'm actually hoping that in the next subsequent years as we come, the number of schools will grow so that the competition will be bigger and the message will spread faster and wider. The purpose of this is to bring awareness to the general public, especially our adolescent children, which is you, on the dangers of substance abuse. I have lived in the United States for the last 30 years, so I understand what drug abuse is. We pay attention. We follow. We have centers that deal with it. We have hospitals that deal with it. My biggest problem and my biggest fear now is it has crept all around the world, especially in this African continent. Most of the dire is Ghana. My little town is not exempt from all what is happening. It just so happens that the girl child is having a disadvantage. But we are almost lucky. We are almost blessed. But the abuse is not as rampant as the boy child. We have work to do on the girl side, but we have serious work to do on the boy child because we are raised a certain way. We are raised to be macho. We are raised to be the it factor, most of which do not work. Because of the fact that we are struggling to succeed so badly, and because of peer pressure, we want to be somebody else, we want to be something else. We want to get to a place so quickly, we don't want to pay our dues. That is what causes us to get into so many different things. some of which really come from our homes. I cannot believe the father that says, I cannot believe my son is drinking. When he wakes up every morning with a beer in his hand, the beer is sitting in the fridge. He goes and doesn't come until late. He's wondering why the guy came home in the afternoon and wanted to try what is in the refrigerator. So it says out of mind or out of sight, out of mind. If you don't see it, mostly you won't do it. If it's all around you, and over here in Ghana, it's almost free. Because all kinds of drinks are free. Most people are nowadays getting all kinds of alcoholic beverages in the form of what, herbal drinks. It's killing people, it's killing kids. The subject matter at hand today is one on my heart. There isn't any corner of this world that is not affected by the growing epidemic of substance abuse. Commonest of which might be the alcoholism I'm talking about, marijuana use, cocaine use, heroin use, and other injectable that we don't even know of. Now read from a quote that I got from a script from India. And it says, consumption of licit and illicit substances has increased all over the world, and the age of initiation of the abuse is progressively falling. It used to be our brothers, our senior brothers that used to do it. Now it's our junior brothers that are even doing it and we don't know. The age is falling because people are now learning. The world is getting smaller. Anybody can sit here and look at what's happening in the United States before the people in the United States know about it. So it's serious. The common drugs of abuse amongst children and adolescents in the world are tobacco and alcohol. Use of illicit drugs like cannabis, heroin, have also been reported at a very high rate. A high prevalence of drug use and even intravenous use of all these other drugs among street children and working children is a matter of concern. That's from the World Health Organization. Although initiation to drug use usually occurs during adolescence, the adolescent drug are seldom seen in various treatment centers. Like I'm talking about, there are no treatment centers in Ghana. I haven't seen any. If there are, it's actually cost prohibitive, which means you cannot pay for it. So it's just as non-existent.